Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome. I'm back again. I've been very busy with life, coronavirus, and all that kind of things. So, yeah, I just spoke at a conference yesterday. What was brilliant. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I was telling the story the day before on what day it is. I don't know, Saturday. During these corona times, days just flow into one. We don't really know anymore what day it is. But on Saturday, I met up with a very old friend. I knew him when I was 16, 17. We practiced karate together. Then lost track, of course. We all go our own ways. And somehow he found me on the internet. He was looking up Shugendo and he came across my name and he goes, "Oh, I know that guy." So in a way, he contacted me and we met up again on Saturday. Well, it was really nice to get reacquainted again. And yeah, it was interesting. He is practicing now for years a Japanese martial arts, swords. And so it's really interesting to see that even that when we were 16, 17, we had some common interest, we liked each other. And then all these years later that he's also moved into the Japanese arts in a way. And he lived in India like me for a while, visited same places. It would have been bizarre to actually bump into him there many, many, many years ago. But anyway, that didn't happen. So, but anyway, so I went there. He lives in a different place. I went there by train. And he said, "Oh, before we go home, and I should introduce you to my wife and my daughter. Let's just walk to a beautiful park there where he lives." So we're walking along. And he said, "Frans, why do you practice the system of Reiki?" And I said, it just flopped out in a way, to become a better human being. And he slaps me on the shoulder and he said, "That is a really good intention." And he said, "This is why I practice these Japanese arts as well. Because this is really important. I mean, we can, of course, practice the system of Reiki to become more psychic. Doesn't mean we become a better person, right? Sometimes, actually, this is not the case. Sometimes we get sidetracked there with all sorts of things, and it was, oh, I am better than the other because I can see things, I can read things. Some people practice the system of Reiki to do hands-on healing on others. It's very kind, of course, but it doesn't always make you a better person. We really have to think about it. Why not? Because then, oh, look at me, I'm become this great healer. Sometimes it can actually really boost people's ego and therefore it doesn't become a better person. Some people practice the system of Reiki to work on their animals, what is of course a great beginning, but again, that doesn't necessarily make you a better person. So really, the most important element of the system of Reiki, and we can kind of see this here in the precepts. The precepts really talk about becoming a better person. The precepts are not talking about doing hands-on healing on a person, doing hands-on healing on an animal, or become more psychic. I just name a few things, but there's many more. So we have to ask ourselves, why? Why do we practice the system of Reiki? And we really have to investigate as a practitioner or as a teacher, why do we practice it? And we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. Am I practicing it just to teach and make money? Am I practicing it, I want to be so compassionate to the world and I'm going to teach it everybody, but I forget to practice on myself? Do we practice or actually not practice and we just see it as an intellectual exercise and do research about the history of the system of Reiki, and again we don't sit in our butt and we don't become a better person? So we have to therefore really investigate for ourselves, why are we practicing the system of Reiki? And if we correctly see it as Mikasui intended, then it is all about becoming a better person. What is this better person? There's a person with less anger, less worry, less fear, being more grateful, being more true to their way of being, and being more compassionate to themselves. And then others. Others comes last. Because I cannot give you tea, or in this case, coffee. I cannot give you coffee if I don't have coffee, right? So therefore, it's first about becoming a better person for yourself. Now, of course, we all have shit in our life, some more than others. But then again, that is really debatable, because sometimes we see people in a similar situation and yet they react very differently, because the way they take this situation or the pain or the discomfort on board is very different. A while ago, I met up with two people that both had cancer. Same cancer. The one just came into the room. She was just like a bright light. And she said, "Frans, this cancer has really changed my life. I feel so good. I feel brighter. I feel more luminous. I feel happier. I feel less angry, less worried." The other person had the opposite. So therefore, we cannot say that each person is going to react exactly the same with the same issue. We all react according to our habitual patterns, where we live, how we've been brought up, what school we went to, which country we live in, etc., etc., etc. So, therefore, we all carry shit in our life, right? And therefore, we all have to try as much as possible to become a better person, so that we all can hold hands. And this was this conference about. The conference was about standing in your power and change for the world. If we really want to stand in our power, we have to stand in this, not in anger, not in worry, but in this, in the precepts. We have to stand in no anger, no worry, being grateful, being true to our way of being, and being compassionate to ourselves and others. That is standing in your power. And this is the beauty, but also the hardest part. And then we have to do this together with everyone equally, right? We cannot say, "I'm standing in this power and I want to change the world for the good and compassion," but only with these people, not with those, only with this country, but not with that country, only with people who think my way, but not people who think not my way. This is not standing in your power. This is not being compassionate and kind. So, but this, first of all, comes from that, from becoming a better human being. And this is so important, that when we start to practice the system of Reiki, investigate what is your intention, because the intention propels a certain outcome. So if my intention is just helping other people, helping other animals, or becoming more psychic, then of course we're aiming at that. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're becoming a better human being. So investigate your aim. Even already, if you are a seasoned practitioner or even a teacher, be clear about it. Because this, if we really want to see a better world, this is what we first need to do. So I hope you enjoyed my little speech. I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye!